Hello fellow puffers, my name's Condor Peterson, this is Dig the Dig. I mentioned to somebody on here about doing a video on how to work with flake tobacco. Doug, you need to get doing. I'm going to put this in a pipe, right? This is, Doug, good boy. This is Irish Flake. Now, you see, I don't, when I started smoking a pipe, you know, me never had the internet or anything like that, and I just learnt things by trial and error, but I did eventually, if I can get flake tobacco or plug, that's what I'll smoke. And the main reasons being are that flake tobacco and plugs smoke slower. They taste, it's got a fuller taste to it. So they burn a lot slower, they smoke a hell of a lot cooler, and I think you normally get more of the taste, but that's not always the case. With certain tobaccos, when you rub them out, you actually find that the taste improves. It's just a matter of trial and error. But yeah, flake, it's not really rocket science. I mean, this is, I'm afraid this flake, this flake's actually snapped in two. But this, the way that I'm going to show you to work with flakes, this will work with really wet tobaccos like Full Virginia Flake, Samuel Gawaith, which I had a bit of a problem with the first time I tried it, because I've never seen a flake so wet in the tin. A good tip for that is to put it in the microwave and just for a few seconds, and I didn't find it impaired the flavour at all, and it dried it just enough to be able to work with it. So for quite wet flakes, it's really just a matter. What I do is I peel the flake. You just need to imagine that this is still actually stuck together, but it's split. I peel the flake into strips like this. As I say, this is really for, you know, really wet flakes, like your Gawaith flakes and things that are very wet in the tin. And as I say, it's a really good idea to dry them in the microwave. So this is reasonably dry, because Irish Flake, I've found, does actually benefit from a very small amount of drying, though you can smoke it straight from the tin. So there you have your flake, and it's cut into these strips, and then all I do is twist probably about, I'm going to load this pipe, so I don't know, about half the size of the bowl of the pipe. I just twist that off and then stick it in like that, and then lift again, twist off, stick. Another great tip is if you're loading, you do this with any tobacco, it doesn't need to be a flake. Some tobaccos you can really press down in the pipe, and then of course, you know, you find if it's a bit too wet or it's the wrong type of tobacco, you try and get a draw out of it and you can't. So the thing to do is, as you're loading the pipe, is to put the pipe up to your mouth and to check the draw. Now I can tell by the draw that's fine. So yeah, so what I tend to do with the last wee bit is rub it out, and this assists in the lighting, you know. Excuse me. So there you go. Bring that back to your tin later. Now, you check the draw, that checks fine. I tend to use matches in the house, and I keep my Zippo. I've got a Zippo pipe lighter that I use outside. And that's it, it's that simple. The way I showed you doing that with just the strips, that will work with even the wettest of tobacco. Once you dry it out, you know, the hardest stuff to work with. Because I found the full Virginia flake, especially when it was a bit on the dry side, you know, it was like big bits of twigs, you know, the consistency of it, you know, it was like tree bark almost, and I was going, what the fuck do I do with this, you know? Because the flakes that I was used to smoking was Condor long cut, Players whiskey flake, which was a great tobacco. Unfortunately, you can't get that anymore. There was a Sobrani flake I used to get that you can't get anymore. That was a lovely tobacco. What I tended to do with most of these really was just, I would rip the top section off the flake, just a small bit about the size of my pinky, and then I would take the main part of the flake and I'd just simply rub it up in my hand, but not too much, just enough, you know, to sort of tussle it up a wee bit, and then jam that in the pipe, and then the wee bit that I had left, that's the bit that I really roughed up, you know, and that get jammed in the top of the pipe, and that's just in line. But the rest of the flake, you know, was not really rubbed up that much at all. But that method I showed you for the Irish flake is really the ideal method. You can apply that to all the more troublesome flakes, you know. Anyway, this is it, a charm light, so it should be ready to rumble now. Did you think I'm looking smart? I've got my hair tied back, you know what I mean? I'm still as scruffy as ever, so don't panic, folks. That's a nice tobacco, this. I'm just off the phone to my tobacconist. I tried to order some of the Virginia flake, but they've not got any. So I said, right, Rob, just send me a 100 gram tin of Hal O the Wynd. I'll be happy with that. So that's what they're going to send me. Nothing else much to say except one thing before I go, yeah. If you're my friend on YouTube, then you can leave me a comment, you don't need your approval. And I really couldn't care less. If you disagree with me, for God's sake, feel free to just simply post in and say, look, mate, you full of shite, you know, and that's fine. The only reason I've got it set to approval if you're not a friend is because I've got another channel on YouTube, and I'm aware of some of the idiots, you know, it's a troll about, and I mean, let's face it, folks, the average intelligence level of most of the YouTube people, you know, is, you know, let's just say it leaves a lot to be desired. And I just wasn't wanting people posting in a load of shit, you know, that I'd fucking need to delete her. You know, go to their house and slag their fucking curtains off or something, you know what I'm saying? Aye. That's the only reason, you know, the approval thing, you know, if you post something that you think I'm going to find offensive, you know, and you're a friend, just go ahead and say it anyway, you know. Yeah. So anyway, it's a lovely sunny day here in Butt. So I'm going to de-rest this pipe, and I'm going to head out with the dog. And yeah, I'd say that'll be my day out sorted. Aye. This is a lovely tobacco, this Irish Flake. A bit on the strong side. But I'd say it's strong in flavour as opposed to strong. Well, it is bloody strong in nicotine, aye, but I honestly don't find it that much stronger than, say, University Flake, which a lot of people are quite surprised with because that's pretty strong in nicotine as well. Yeah, but it's got a very strong flavour. It's one of these things you either love or you hate, you know. Again, that's another tobacco. First time I tried it, hated it. I hated the taste. I thought that's vile. But I tried it again the next day, and I still wasn't sure about it, and it took about 2 or 3 times before it just clicked on me again, a bit like the old Joe Cranch I talked about. Yeah. It's an amazing thing, the old smoking the old pipes, and it's a real voyage of discovery. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks, so happy puffing. Cheers.